You being on your self-improvement journey indirectly creates rules for your dating life. Because if you hold yourself to a certain standard, bro, you cannot allow women to come in and just try to change the rules up, change the settings. Absolutely not. Attraction does not mean having the best pickup line. Attraction does not mean having the best compliments. Attraction does not mean giving her the most attention and time. That's not what that means. Attraction is... All right, what's good with y'all boys, man? Back at y'all another video. Now, this video, we're going to talk about how to become the most attractive version of yourself and get any woman that you want. Now, the biggest mistake that you make is always trying to qualify for her. Does she like me, right? I need to act this way for her to like me. I need to wear these type of clothes for her to like me. I need to talk this way. I need to show her this much attention. I need to text her this often, right? I need to call her this many times. I need to set this amount of dates with her, right? I need to make sure that I'm doing more than the other dudes that may like her are doing so that I can stand out and choose her. This was me all throughout middle school, all throughout high school. I was the dude making sure that I was the best option. I thought that everything that I was doing was gonna help me get in the door, was gonna help women stay attracted to me, right? Because I thought that all you have to do is be the best boyfriend, right? Be boyfriend material. This is what I thought was key. Buy her flowers, take her on dates, be a gentleman, all these different type of things. Text her all the time, send those paragraphs. Why were we always sending them paragraphs, bro? It's like, you remember when you was up late at night, your girl that you're talking to at the time, she falling asleep, you probably up late night on the game. I know you sleep, and you sending like an essay to her, bro, right? Why were we doing that? Then she'll wake up to it, right? Then she'll send you all this heartfelt message back and all this different stuff. And you think that you winning her over. You think that she in love with you, all this different, bro. I remember like it was yesterday, bro. I've sent so many of these paragraphs. Ask me where it got me. So as we're raised as men, especially if you come from a single parent household, right? Like my dad, he wasn't in the house. I was raised by my mama. So I didn't have really like a male figure giving me game about women. So I was just raised to, do everything right. Take her on dates, do this, do that, shower her with attention, shower her with compliments, shower her with validation. And this is all that I did. Like there was no flaw in my game as a boyfriend in middle school, as a boyfriend in high school, right? There was no flaw in my game. If you wanted it, I was gonna buy it, right? If you called me, I was gonna pick up the phone. The girl that broke my heart, bro, I think that the first day that I actually like texted her and was like trying to, shoot my shot and make sure that we could get together, like I think that the day that I asked her out, I think like 10 messages later, I was like, I love you. Something like that, bro. Like just so down bad. Because why? Because I was putting the women on a pedestal. But all these things led to me being heartbroken. All these things led to me not understanding what women really wanted, right? Because I had the looks. I thought that that was enough to be this irresistible man in the eyes of a woman. I thought that just being attractive was enough, right? I thought that being tall and light-skinned was enough. I thought the green eyes was enough, right? I thought because I played basketball that was enough. Boy, was I wrong. But this is how we raised. We don't know no better up until the point where we get our hearts ripped out of our chest, stomped on and shattered to pieces. Then we like, okay, well, if this is where doing everything that I was taught gets me, somebody was lying to me or everybody was lying to me. You can think of probably any type of Netflix show, any type of Netflix movie, right? There's always this one dude. He's the good guy. He does everything right. He's chasing after the girl, but who does she always run after? The bad boy, the dude that gives her no attention, the dude with all these other women, right? She's always chasing after him. Why? Because that's what she's truly attracted to, bro. So just because it's in a show or a movie does not mean that it's fake when you went through it yourself in real life. See, what I've discovered is true attraction is basically the aura that you embody, the energy that you embody, right? Because I always give this analogy where there's two controllers that you can be playing this game of life with. Either you can be playing with the pink controller, which means that you're playing the woman's game, or you can be playing with the red controller, which means that you're playing your game. You always want to play with that red controller for the simple fact that you get to make the rules. But every time that you have that pink controller in your hand, and oftentimes you can switch between controllers. Like sometimes you'll pause the game, you'll put the red controller down, you'll pick up the pink controller, right? You was raised to have this pink controller in your hand from day one. So if you still have it in your hand, it's time to put it down and pick up that red controller so you can start taking control of your life. Because the pink controller is doing everything right, being the nice guy, showering her with compliments and attention, endless validation, putting her above your purpose, right? Listening to everything that she says, letting her take control of your life, letting her control your emotions, all these different type of things, letting her get you off your game. That's the pink controller mentality. But this red controller mentality is putting yourself first, putting your purpose first, putting your personal development and self-improvement first, putting the bag first, because those are the things that make it easier for a woman to attract you. Chasing those things, chasing success, chasing becoming the best version of yourself and unlocking your true potential. That is what makes women flock to you, right? You ever realize how the more that you chase women, it's like running on a hamster wheel? The less attractive you are, the less women you get. And you may get lucky here and there chasing women, but me personally, bro, once I really understood what women wanted, I found it kind of weird to be still out here chasing women when I realized that it was other men out here that women would just chase and they didn't have to do anything. But you may be asking, okay, well, I got the looks, right? Like, I don't struggle with looks. Like, women find me attractive. It's not like I just landed on earth and no woman has ever found me attractive. I have no experience, right? So what do I need to do? Because I'm still, coming up short. This was me. You have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what type of women do I want to attract? What type of quality relationships do I want to have, right? What standard am I going to hold myself to and make sure that I only deal with women who are going to respect that? Because at the end of the day, if you cannot answer those questions, you're always going to be stuck and you're always going to be miserable with dating. Attraction does not mean having the best pickup line. Attraction does not mean having the best compliments. Attraction does not mean giving her the most attention and time. That's not what that means. Attraction is becoming the type of man who she automatically flocks to the point where it's effortless and you don't have to do anything. Because every interaction that you have with a woman, you should not be trying extra hard to get her to like you. You shouldn't try at all for that matter. You have to take pride in only dealing with women who are head over heels for you. Because if you have to pique her interest and raise her interest, that means that she already doesn't like you, right? If you have to take her on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days just for her to like you, then you're doing something wrong. Because it's a dude out there who does not have to do that. It's a dude out there who she can just have a conversation with him and she's falling for him. Right? So if you have to always try extra hard, always know that there's some other guy out here who she's making it extremely easy for. So you always want to be the type of man who she's going to make it easy for you, right? She's going to make it easy to talk to her. She's going to make it easy to get the numbers. She's going to make it easy for y'all to go on a date, right? She's going to respect you as a man and respect who you are as a man. You got to understand the characteristics and the qualities within a woman that you want. But how do you get to this point? It literally starts with the self-improvement journey. I'm not talking about a winter arc. I'm not talking about red pill rage. I'm talking about truly diving into the self-improvement, diving into the personal development every single day. Looks maxing, life maxing, whatever you want to call it. It just means that doing a complete 360 with your life. There's always room to improve. So your physical appearance is the number one thing. If you are not hitting the gym, it is completely unacceptable, bro. Right? Because you have to make it undeniable in every area of your life. So the gym is number one because that's the first thing that she's gonna see. And this is automatically gonna make everything else easier because when you got the looks, that's that primal pre-selection. When she looks at you and you look masculine, you look in shape, boom, that's the most important box that you can check off. But that's not the only box that you need. Don't become a gym bro. Don't just go to the gym and that becomes your second home. No, but make sure that you look presentable. Make sure that you have a physique, right? Make sure that if she rubs your chest, she feels some abs. Make sure that if she's just talking to you, because this is the thing about it, bro. When you're having a conversation with a girl and she actually likes you and you can make her laugh, she's just comfortable with you, she's going to touch you during conversations. So you want her to touch and feel a bulky shoulder, right? You want her to grab your arm and feel your bicep popping out or your tricep popping out, right? You want her to feel on your chest and your chest is hugging. You want her to feel on your abs and you got a six pack, right? She doesn't want to feel on belly. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't like all of that. When she looks at you and you're wearing a shirt, it needs to fit right if it's not an oversized shirt, right? Like she needs to see your traps hugging and things of that nature because that's all pre-selection. That makes you stand out because the average man, I'm telling you, he's not going to have that. And don't get me wrong, of course that you can attract women having an average physique. But the thing about it is, do you want average or do you want 1%? So if you want 1% within a woman, you have to become 1% within a man. The next thing is your face. Like she's going to look at you. She needs to find you attractive. So if you got waves, make sure that you're brushing at least an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, because you want your waves to be on point. You want everything to make sense. If you got a beard, make sure that your beard is lined up and it's moisturized and it's oiled up. Pause, right? If you got dreads, make sure that you look nice. Make sure that you're getting a retwist frequently, right? If you look better shaving the facial hair, shave it off. Make sure that everything is on point. More importantly, make sure that you're taking care of your skin and you're washing your face in the morning, washing your face at night. I use the teach Hanley. It's super, super, super simple. Make sure that you got that routine. Make sure that your breath is on point. Brush your teeth twice a day. Use mouthwash, use whitening strips, use whatever you got to use. Go to the dentist to make sure that your teeth is on point and your breath is smelling appropriate. Chew gum, chew peppermints, have mints, right? Your breath needs to always be on point because all of these things are going to inherently boost your confidence. Like the number one thing that'll boost your confidence instantly is going to the gym and seeing the results. Because even if you see a little bit of results, like you can start doing 200 push-ups a day for 2 months. That's gonna boost your confidence. When you see your arms get more defined, more toned up, right? When you see your chest start to pop out just off doing 200 push-ups a day, that's gonna boost your confidence. So imagine actually going to the gym 4 times a week and training till failure. Imagine what you're gonna feel like then. Then you add the skincare routine to that. Then you getting consistent haircuts. Then your breath is always on point. This makes your aura just glow. This gives you more magnetism, right? You see, we haven't said anything about chasing her. Now let's get down to the mouthpiece. You're not gonna be able to comfortably speak to women with confidence unless you're actually talking to women on a daily basis. You have to get your conversation skills up. This is nothing about pickup lines, right? You wanna make sure that your conversation skills is on point. And the only way to do this is not watching my content, it's not watching Steph is Cold, it's not watching I Am Cry, it's not watching any of these creators. It's about actually getting into the field and talking to women, getting your experience. The more conversations you have, the less weird it's gonna be. It should not be weird for you to talk to women, have casual, regular conversations. I'm not even talking about shooting your shot, right? I'm not even talking about when y'all on a date. Just regular conversations, right? Conversation with your coworker, conversation with women that's at the store, conversation with a woman that you see in the gym or at the mall. Anywhere that you see a woman, and it's an opportunity for you to say something to her, just say something to her. You could be in the elevator. It's a chick that walk in there. Hey, how you doing? Right? You can say, what floor you going to? But it's just small talk, bro. Small talk. Because you don't want to seem weird and awkward. Because you always quiet. You always closed off. Especially if you're seeing women, the same type of women on a consistent basis. Right? Like you see the same girl at your gym. Or it's the same girl at your job. Right? Or it's the same girl that you always see because she stays at the same apartment complex as you. Whatever the case may be, make it your objective to start small conversations. And then once you see the choosing signals, right? Because let's break that down to choosing signals, right? You want to make it your priority. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the cold approach. There's nothing wrong with like, oh, I see this attractive girl. I'm finna go shoot my shot. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That takes more confidence. There's nothing wrong with it. You can do it. But do you want to just shoot unlimited shots or do you want to shoot shots that have a higher percentage of you making them, right? The choice is yours. I'm not saying one is wrong and one is right, but it's just your preference. But the thing is, you have to look at those cues. It's very rare that a girl is gonna come up to you, say that you fine, say that you look good, ask for your number. That's extremely rare, right? 1% of the time that's gonna happen. But she may look at you, she may be lingering in your area, right? You may be talking to one of your friends and one of your homeboys. She pops up, she gets into the conversation. Just subtle little cues, right? She may say, oh, I like your shoes, or where did you get that? Or you smell good. Right? So you want to make sure that all those choosing signals, you got to always register that in your mind. Oh, check, because she is not doing this just for the sake of doing it. If a girl tell you that you smell good, if a girl tell you that she like your haircut, she like your outfit, she like your shoes, right? She always coming up and talking to you. Those are choosing signals. She's not just doing that for the sake of doing it. You always got to check that off in your head. Like, okay, she must be feeling a kid. Lock that in. That's when you can move on to the next level with your conversation skills and just escalate it. And when I say escalate it, bro, all I simply mean is you can just, break into conversation with her to the point where you end up asking for her number or asking for her Instagram. It doesn't have to be this thought out, elaborate process. What I used to do is always overthink talking to a woman and just getting a number. It can be as simple as like if you're seeing her for the first time, she's giving you choosing signals, or if this is just y'all first conversation, introduce yourself, tell her why you walked up to her and just get the number. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be anything difficult. It can be very, very, very casual for you to get a girl's number. You're not gonna have good conversation skills if you're not confident in yourself. Simple as that. The next thing, like I was saying, if she says that you smell good, you always wanna have cologne on, bro. Now it's a cologne, I might just put y'all boys on game. And what's crazy is it's so inexpensive, it does not make any sense for it to be smelling this good. But bottom line is, you want to always make sure that you smell good. If you're going to the gym, smell good. Going to work, smell good. I don't care if you're going to the grocery store, smell good. I don't care if you're going to take the trash out, smell good, right? Because that's the number one way to, he take care of himself. What's that? You get what I'm saying? Because you always want to be the type of dude who you are always just smelling good. This also comes down to, bro, get in the freaking shower. You shouldn't be smelling like you just got done playing 5-on-5. You should always smell good. All this type of stuff is very important. But when you really think about it, bro, this is the bare minimum. Like, this is the bare minimum, bro. If you just hold yourself to a high standard, you should want to take care of yourself and make sure that you smell good, right? You should want to take care of yourself and make sure that you get a haircut twice a month. Another thing that's going to help you boost your confidence and then be able to attract women just effortlessly is having something going on in your life. Always be the man who got something going on outside of work, right? You got some type of side hustle. You got a hobby that you're passionate about. You got a clothing brand. You make content, right? You do real estate. Whatever the case may be, you make music. Whatever it is, bro, you do, personal training. You have to have something going on outside of your life or outside of work that makes you unique, that makes you stand out, that gives you more things to talk about, that makes you more mysterious, that makes you more interesting, bro. Because it's something about you that she wants to know about. You got more going on than the average man. So that's interesting. That gives you more social proof. Okay, he's not the average man because he does X, Y, and Z. When you got more things going on in your life, you tend to be more busy. You tend to be more focused. And that focus, like every time that you in a season of being focused in your life, that's when the women come because you're not worried about them, right? You so purpose driven. You so focused on getting results in your life and getting to the next level. You send off a certain energy to women that they just indirectly pick up on the fly to. Who is that that's so driven? Like, what is he thinking about? What he got going on in his life, right? And women just want to flock to that. They just want to be in your energy because you don't come off as lazy, right? You don't come off as unambitious. You come off as determined. You come off as focused. And women like that. So you got to have something going on in your life. When you get your check, don't just splurge it on stupid stuff, right? Make sure that you are investing in yourself, investing in your skills, investing in your personal development so you can bring in some more money. This brings me to the next pillar. You got to have the bag on point. Right? Because nothing is going to make you more confident than you having the looks, but you also got your bag on point. Like you got extra things outside of your job going on, but you also have money coming in to the point where the bills are paid, you are comfortable. So if you want to go out and date or you want to go out and have fun, you can do that, right? If you want to buy yourself nice things, you can do that, right? If you want to go and get you some drip, you can do that. If you want to invest in this new cologne, you can do that. If you want to go buy you a new pair of shoes, you can do that. But at the end of the day, nothing is more unattractive than being a broke man. Because I'm not saying that a woman can just smell and just see that you broke. Because you can be broke but still have, a decent appearance. Because don't get me wrong, you don't want to fit into this category, but being broke, you can definitely attract women. You can get women, right? Because you can still have the look and be broke and still have motion. But do you want to be this type of dude? Absolutely not. I'm not teaching you how to be the average dude. I'm teaching you how to have your attraction on point where when a woman looks at you, it's undeniable that she would give you the time of day, talk to you, date you, whatever the case may be, right? Because it all boils down to the aura that you embody. When she looks at you, your head is held high. You know how to maintain eye contact. When you're having a conversation with her, you're listening to her. You're asking her questions. You're listening to her. So she likes talking to you. She likes being around you. You make her feel good when she's talking to you. She always wants to know more things about you. Whatever she got going on in her life, she wants to tell you those things. She's asking you for advice, right? You have that type of masculine authority to the point where she's ready to just submit to you. She's ready to just be in your energy because you have the red controller in your hand. At the end of the day, you take so much control of your life that you create the rules, right? You being on your self-improvement journey indirectly creates rules for your dating life. Because if you hold yourself to a certain standard, bro, you cannot allow women to come in and just try to change the rules up, change the settings. Absolutely not. See, this is the thing about it. It all also stems back down to the mindset. You have to understand female nature, right? She needs to be proving herself to you. She needs to be trying to qualify for you in her life, right? Because at the end of the day, you being a man of substance, you being a man of abundance, you're not settling, right? You're on your purpose, you're on your mission. So you're not even necessarily trying to settle down right now. Because being purpose driven, bro, you might not have the time to be able to maintain a relationship, right? That's one thing that I can encourage you to do is if you really are getting to the bag right now, you might need to hold off on relationships, right? You might need to just focus on dating on the weekends or something like that. But being exclusive in a relationship, that takes a lot of time, energy, money, and attention. So you may not have the, you might not have the bandwidth for that right now while you're in a building phase. When you're in a building phase, one of the worst things that you can do is get into a relationship with the wrong woman. Because oftentimes there may be a woman that comes into your life and she's actually adding value, right? But a lot of times it's just a leech. It's just a distraction from the devil to get you off your game, right? You're not trying to fit into a woman's life. You're not trying to qualify for her. You're not trying to do none of the extra stuff. You focusing on you and you focus on the women who like you and make it easy for you. Because once you can do that simple thing right there, only focus on the women that like you. But if you follow this blueprint right here, it'll reshift your mindset. It'll tell you what you need to focus on. And then once you apply it, you will start to reap the benefits because you can't expect women to just start flocking to you and you aren't improving and you want the man that she will find attractive. But if you can check off every single box for yourself, what do you think the woman is going to do? How do you think that she's going to view you? How do you think that she's going to treat you? You get what I'm saying? So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.